Welcome to the Cohn Zone. I'm Grant Cohn. He's Lowell Cohn. We're going to be talking about the 49ers today. They're 1-1. They had a big win in New Jersey last week, and they lost a lot of significant players, particularly Nick Bosa, for the season. Dad, is it too early to reconsider what this team can do? Is it too early to look big picture? Is this still a Super Bowl team?
Yeah, I think I would almost say the question is irresponsible at this point. Of course, everybody wants to talk about it. If you lose Nick Bosa, if you lose Jimmy for a while, how can they make the Super Bowl? My answer is I don't have the slightest idea what's going to happen. I still think they're a good team. I still think they have quality coaches. This is going to be a year where people get hurt. Kyler Murray could go out.
Right.
Russell Wilson could go out. Who knows who else is going to get hurt on other teams? So I would say it's a cliche, but I look at the Niners as a week-to-week proposition. I still think they're a quality team. They may be an elite team. They may be a Super Bowl team. I'm in no position to know at this point because I don't know how they're going to rally around these injuries. What do you think, Iggy?
Well, I think it's an interesting, important point that you made that this is a year where players are going to get hurt. What
Yeah.
you mean is there was no offseason. There was no preseason. And what we're seeing is these players aren't really prepared to play football. It's a very violent game with collisions, but not just that, accelerating, stopping and starting, a lot of stress on your legs, your ligaments. And it's not just going to be the Niners who lose players. I mean, they're going against the Giants this week, and they lost their running back, Saquon Barkley, for like a month and a half. It seems like we're going to see this throughout the year, and it's not just going to be the Niners losing people. Their competitors are going to lose very important people as well. The Seahawks lost their top edge rusher a couple of nights ago, Bruce Irvin. So things could even out down the line, and it's impossible to project what the landscape's going to be like in November.
Yeah, I'm not going to write them off, and I'm not going to write them in. I'm going to say, honestly, I'm eager to see what happens. I'll know more in a few weeks, but I'll say one thing I know for sure. I didn't want the Niners I don't want anybody to get hurt, but you get hurt in football. But one thing about this season for the Niners, it just got very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, of course, it's always interesting, but now there are subplots. There are new characters entering into the novel. It got very interesting, and I'm eager to read ahead. Do you know what I'm saying, Iggy?
Yes, and we're going to learn more about Kyle Shanahan and the whole makeup of the team. Because the way I look at the Niners last year is they were an elite, cocky team, and they deserved it. But Michael Jordan said something in his documentary. It's easy to talk trash and be cocky when you're winning. You know, can you do it when you're down? And I think it was interesting to see that the Niners just didn't pack it in against the Jets after their 8th injury. They took it, they handled business and destroyed the Jets. So this year, the Niners are going to have to be playing from behind. They're in last place in the NFC West. They can't just gloat and say that they're the best team in the league. They just have to know deep down that they're the same great team they were last year and prove it. And that's a much tougher task for a competitor. And if they can do it, then it shows a lot about them. Doesn't it?
And it's a very interesting task. One specific question, with Bosa out, are they still a good defense?
Yeah, let's talk about that. I mean, are they still a good team? Because to me, everyone else is coming back. Kittle, Garoppolo, Sherman, Deebo Samuel, theoretically, they should all be back by mid-October. So if they can win these next few games, there's some easy games on the schedule. Maybe they can rally. But the issue is Bosa. He's not coming back. And he's hard to replace. He was a second pick in the draft. They don't have anyone else that does what he does. That being said, they still have Dee Ford, theoretically. They still have Eric Armstead, Fred Warner, Quan Alexander, Dre Greenlaw. They really do have a good defense. They lost one guy. If Dee Ford can stay healthy and play, he doesn't have to play against the run. If he can just be healthy enough to rush the passer on 2nd and long and 3rd down, they still have Eric Armstead. They still should have a good pass rush. Yes, I think even without Nick Bosa, they're not going to have a dominant defense, but it should still be one of the 10 best in the league.
That's what I think. I mean, Bosa is a wonderful player, but in the first game, you showed in your video, he consistently overran Kyler Murray. He was behind Kyler Murray and gave him running lanes.
And he had 0 sacks this season.
Yeah, so I'm not putting him down, but I'm saying it's not like you're saying, oh, he's gone, the Niners are screwed. I don't think so.
No, I don't think so either.
Good for that.
Now, the question is, can they win the Super Bowl without him? Who knows? But are they screwed? No. Are they going to miss the playoffs because they don't have Nick Bosa? No, absolutely not. They just destroyed the Jets. And even if Jimmy Garoppolo doesn't play in the upcoming game, they're going against a real weak team in the New York Giants. They should win this one.